Who's ready to go today? Good to see you guys jumping in. I'm so excited for day 3. We are going to unlock some really incredible things about your coach's personality type. We're going to dive deeper from the 6-figure place to scaling to financial freedom. We're going to unpack some really amazing things today. And I just want to congratulate people like Lillian, Martha, Ali, who have applied and are getting on calls. Let's see. Make sure when you're jumping in live, tell me you're here live. Make sure if I don't have your name in StreamYard, you just put your name after so I know who I'm talking to. Good to see you guys. So is there I'm not where to turn up the volume. We'll be able in about 10 minutes. I'm not sure what you mean, but if we can support you, let us know. All right, who's ready to rock and roll? Who's ready to get going this morning? Say, I'm in demand. Say, I'm in demand if you're ready to start to put the pieces together to building your profitable coaching business, And I'm so thrilled about, thank you, Lily. And I'm like, I know I should know that. Closed caption. Yeah. And so, Martha, if you're listening, so if you have your sound down on the phone, Facebook naturally puts up closed caption for you. So good to see you guys all jumping in. Look at you guys solving for each other. I love my community. All right, let's get going. I'm standing up today. Say, I am in demand because there are people that have been where you were. See, we get this idea that we have to be perfect, 10 steps above. Let me tell you, those kind of guru days are over. Can I get an amen for that? I'm going to see if I can play around with this. Bear with me. Yes, I can. Oh, I'm so happy. So I'm gonna keep looking at your comments based on yesterday when I moved out of the screen. Then it got weird. So I will look to make sure that you can hear me the whole time. But here's where I want to start us today before I start the slides is, I'm watching a lot of you and I'm watching this thing of, I've got to be perfect. I have to have such big results before I feel qualified to ask for higher prices in my coaching, to scale my coaching. And let's just be honest, some of you are doing it for free because there's this conversation that I'm not quite there yet. And that is the kind of thing that we need to unleash you from, because you were put on this planet to serve other people. Yesterday, and I'm going to bring the slides up because I can tell I'm already so jazzed up that I will, let's see. Which is better, that or that? I think that's better. Me and technology, I'm having fun. So when we dive in today, I want you to just wear this hat as you're learning things of I'm in demand. My solution, the things I've been through, the experiences I've had, the small results that are now becoming part of the law of acceleration. So I want to talk to you about the law of acceleration this morning before we dive in, because I think it's really, really important for you to understand that this law is at work in your brain. So if you've heard law of momentum, a body in motion stays in motion, a body at rest stays at rest. Say, I know that. I've heard that, right? I've heard about this law of momentum. A body in motion stays in motion, a body at rest stays at rest. So I'm going to say that differently because this is how our brain works. This law or this principle is in action while you're growing your business. So we have the law of momentum that says a body in motion stays in motion, and we feel detached from that. So I'm going to say that differently. A coach in motion, a person in motion, a coach in motion stays in motion, but a coach at rest stays at rest. Meaning if you're sitting and you're not making more offers, you learned Coach Lunch formula yesterday, how easy it is to get to 7 figures without fancy launches, without big ads, without messy, icky sales, right? With just serving people deeply right where you're from. So this law of momentum is at work, whether you're realizing it or not. So what do I see with most struggling coaches is a body at rest, staying at rest. Can I just be honest with you? Working on a course, working on all the back end, working on the tech. It's not that it's not necessary, but people can't know you if you're the best kept secret. You cannot build a following when you're sitting on the sidelines. A body in motion, a coach in motion stays in motion. A body or a coach at rest stays at rest. And I will add to that, and never gets discovered to become in demand. You're already in demand, but we gotta connect with how our brain allows results. And you learned yesterday the SINC neurocoach model that really broke that down. And some of you had some of the biggest revelations of your life, seeing how there isn't a right and a wrong way to coach. So powerful. Now, I'm going to tell you a principle that is at work, whether you realize it or not, that is different than the law of momentum. It's the law of acceleration. So if you've heard of the law of acceleration, now none of my coaches answer this, but tell me, I've heard of that. I've heard of that, or I haven't. So the law of acceleration is the one that your brain gets to kick into, because if you take a tire at the top of a hill and you start to let it go, then that tire in motion is going to stay in motion. But here's the law of acceleration. It stays in motion and continues to accelerate. It continues to accelerate unless force is put on it. Unless force is put on it. So by taking these micro actions, by learning to coach the right way so that you get 100% transformation for your clients. And you learned yesterday, obviously coaches need coaches too, right? So you're getting coached, you're getting 100% transformation. Your clients are getting that. And you're following a simple, easy path to build. Now the body or the coach is in motion. Now the body or the coach is getting to where there's just no chance to not accelerate. But here's what will stop you: lone wolfing it. Saying, I'll do it on my own. I'll figure it out on my own. I don't need to coach the right way. I'll just try my best. Those old broken models are what has kept you stuck. And so with the body in motion, law of acceleration says the body in motion stays in motion and accelerates because nothing is getting in the way. There's no friction stopping it. And as a coach, friction would be not getting the results for your clients. Friction would be not believing enough in yourself, but friction would be doing it alone and trying to put the quilt patchwork together, to duct tape your business together, hoping that it works, buying more guru strategies and marketing in that upside down triangle, trying to make it work when your base and foundation isn't on transformation. Remember, no one wants. Yeah, and Jermaine says it hasn't worked, and he is showing up, and I'm so proud of you, my friend. So as we apply and get in the certification, that action creates acceleration. That action creates acceleration. So I just want you to be thinking about, do you want to accelerate in your coaching business, or do you want to stagnate? I need you to answer that in the chat. Do you want to accelerate? Do you want the law of acceleration working for you, or do you want to stagnate? I want everyone live to answer and everyone on replay to answer. Then we're going to dive in. While you're answering there, we're going to dive in. And as you're answering, I'm just going to kind of remind you of what we've been through for the last couple of days. We went through the first key to growing a profitable coaching business, which is unlocking the coach's six-figure code. The thoughts, the actions, and the beliefs at each level of your coaching business to get you to the next level without all of that limitation, brake pedal beliefs, guessing, comparison, not knowing. We talked yesterday through how to get to six figures and how to convert leads consistently, which really brought us to the Coach Launch Formula method, which could be an easy way to become well-known in the marketplace. This is the code we've been working through, going from dabbling to part-time to full-time. If at any point you hear what it is that you're wanting, I want you to write in the chat. Going from needing to take action to having real market identity, going to not even knowing who I'm going to serve, to getting to ask, how am I going to grow? Getting to the place where you understand who you serve, how to monetize your value, and how to bring in let me say that differently, how to attract very consistent people streaming in, wanting to work with you, right? All right. So look how much you've done in literally 2.5 hours together. We went through the second thing was how to get 10 new coaching clients each and every month. And you learned the secret. The secret is make more coaching offers. And then that brought a lot of things up in your brain: imposter syndrome, all the yucky sales mechanisms, doing it with full authority, authenticity, and confidence, because you've learned how to do it through the Coach Launch Formula. You're no longer going back, just creating more. I get it. You're a high performer. You're a creator, but we get to get out of that cycle and get in the cycle of being known and seen. Say, I am in demand. I am in demand. You saw how simple this mechanism is, where you just pick it and stick it with your platform. You go live. What do I say, Shannon, when I go live? I just serve. I talk about how to relieve the pain, or how to take steps forward in the pain. I talk about potential for their desired future. I help them solve that. And then I just say, hey, if you want to go deeper, I'd love to personally hear your story and help you get a path to getting there. And then they comment, go deeper. They comment, surfs up. They comment, I'm in demand, right? I've been showing you a little bit through this whole time how you would do that. And then you just get on the phone and serve. Now, I talked about how we go through every single step-by-step process in the certification with Coach Launch Formula. Listen, I got to get past that. Knowing the right way to coach is paramount. And we talked about that yesterday. You learned the 3 secrets to coaching the right way. Creating brain-based transformations, not surface. That was STEBDAR. Using the system the brain has to remove the blocks, not leaving broken patterns in to rue another day for you or your clients. Can I get an amen? Because if you leave those in for yourself or for your clients, they will resurface. They will run 90% of the decisions, actions, and therefore results. So you will continually feel like you're on this seesaw going back and forth, where there's no reason to do that. We just use the matrix and remove it. And secret number 3, building the pathways. So we talked about these yesterday, and you learned all about the mind matrix, STEBDAR, and brain priming. So, and you also learned, you gave me the opportunity to share about the certification, which is the fastest way to grow your coaching business, to get 10 new coaching clients each and every month, to scale from your 1 client or next client to 6 figures without losing years. I want that to sit for a minute, because you know what? Money doesn't create financial freedom. If you're waiting for years to create a result, you're losing time. And your brain is the only thing that can speed up and collapse time. And I've shared this a lot, but I have 3 more summers with my son. I have 6 more summers with my daughter. Every time I say it, I get that lump in my throat right here. But here's the thing. Time isn't replenishable. So when we decide that we're going to do things the old way, and we stretch out time and have things that could take 6 months, take years, we cannot get that time back. And so that's why I'm so passionate about offering the certification, because knowing how to coach and knowing how to coach the right way and the simple way to scale through the certification get you there fast so that you can know the coach the right way, so you can easily attract raving fans and scale from that first client to the next to 6 figures and beyond. So I shared all that with you yesterday. Of course, this is no promise of income. Not allowed to do that, but we have some incredible results in the room, right? So this is where we were. Let's talk through where we're headed, because I'm wondering again, I'm going to ask you, I know I asked you the first day, but I'm pretty sure everyone in the room, although we want to get to 6 figures. So we cracked the 6-figure code yesterday, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to want to stop there. I'm pretty sure you're going to want to lead. You're going to want to create freedom, and you're going to want to create legacy. You're going to want to create legacy in your world, for your family, for the people that count on you, that matter to you, that are watching you, right? So we want to go through each of these things to take it from cracking the 6-figure code to unleashing the Coach Millionaire Code. So if you're interested in learning more about that personality type, to move from getting just to 6 figures to going on to 7 in freedom and 8 in legacy. So if this is something that you feel would be valuable to learn today, I want you to say, let's go in the chat. Say, let's go in the chat, because this is about collapsing time for you, right? This is what the certification is all about. That's why we created the certification. You know, being the author of it and knowing that all the certifications out there were teaching broken methods and models. So coaches were going to continue to be on that rabbit trail or that hamster trail of starting, stopping, never having enough clients to feel free. Never having enough clients to feel free. Released, not looking at the bank account, not worrying when the bills come in, being multipliers, being generous, being able to go and start an entrepreneur fund. We're doing that this year, where we're starting a fund, like a venture capital for startup entrepreneurs that want to get seen and known more, right? So I want you to start to see the thinking process to get you to that way, because you're in demand. And the only thing that's standing in your way is knowing the right way to coach and knowing the easy way to become well-known in the marketplace. That's why you've got to go to beacertifiedcoach.com, get in the certification, accelerate, collapse time, and accelerate your results. Because right now in this economy, especially, that authentic person that really wants to make a difference in people's lives, if they're doing it right, they're literally catapulting to the front of the line. They're gaining industry knowledge and industry acceleration more than I've ever seen in the past 15 years in the marketplace. But I'm seeing you all. You're like, let's go. So let's go. All right. So we talked about growth yesterday. Just to remind you, converting leads consistently is the key element at this stage. So getting really consistent, knowing all the steps in Coach Launch Formula. Although it's an easy path, you got to follow the steps, right? You can't just be one and done. You've got to actually grow it in a way that you gain not just momentum, but acceleration. That's why I wanted to lead with that today. But let's talk about what it is to create freedom, because I'm pretty sure we're headed for this. How important, and tell me in the chat, is getting to this financial freedom, this wealth generation level, this generational shifting of freedom? Because a lot of us came from barely surviving the 9 to 5, living on the paycheck to paycheck vibe, right? So how important to you, I just want to get an idea, because I don't want to talk in theory. I want to talk in specifics. How important to you is getting to this place of freedom? I love it. I love it. So important, beyond important, thriving, not surviving. Tell me who you are, just because I can't see it. You're not connected with StreamYard, so I can't see who you are. So just tell me who you are, so I pay attention. Kathy is like, Really important. I love Kathy. Kathy's been in our community. She is going to be in this round of certification. I know it. And this woman is such a woman of authenticity. She's caring for her loved ones right now and doing it in a way that she's going to be able to serve other people. Kathy, I just want to honor you publicly right now. You are the quintessential coach that should be on every stage across our nation. Yeah, Lisa's saying it makes for better options, time, flexibility, being wherever you want to be and still serving, right? And still serving. Okay, so let's go through these because I think a lot of you are saying it's important. So at this point, we're starting to delegate time. Can I get an amen? We're not doing it all. Before, we're kind of wearing a million hats. Now we have to take off some of those hats and let other very qualified people support us in our journey toward helping others. Let me clear something up for you. It is a privilege to bring on team. My team that works with me, they are locked arm in arm with me in the mission to coach coaches to 6 and 7 figures. Why? Because they know, just like I know, that the best people on the planet are solving people's results. And that's you. So we get to be a part of that together. We're in this, in our 67-day year, we're coaching people past those patterns that are in their world that have literally stopped them in their tracks. In the certification, you're getting coached. So we know that you're going to be done with stories about money, about worth, about confidence, about not being enough, who will listen to me, all that stuff that isn't even yours to create. I'm not going to go back to that. I did that yesterday. But when I'm talking about delegating time, it's an honor and a privilege when you get to this point, because you're literally co-laboring, joining forces with people that have your end in mind. See, we always say joining our programs, joining the certification, that's a yes to you. But when you hit the finish lines, that's the yes for us. So that's what Barbara and I and the master certified neuro coaches that are going to be coaching you and my team, we're delegating time to them so that they can be part of what we're doing. The biggest need at this time is a system of sales. So now you've been doing the easy way and you've created a system. Now we get to automate some of that system, which is really, really fun. Your thinking at this point is, I can lead my team. So it's not like I can lead myself. Now you've done that well, and now I can lead my team to scale. Your identity is of a leader. You're no longer someone who's following. You're now leading a movement for your clients. Hope you're feeling that over these last 3 days. Like, this is not, the certification is a movement. Our desire is to make millionaire coaches, not for the money, but for the impact that that can have in the world, right? So the actions that you're doing here is you're acquiring different knowledge, more about leadership, more about growth strategies, that type of thing, not the how-to anymore. The how-to is being done by your team. The beliefs have gone from I will to we will. It's really pretty exciting if you put away the fear of running a team and start to think about it as having people join you in your mission. You're not meant to be alone. So now we're talking 7 figures. Some of you are just getting started, but I want to give you this vision. You become this leader. Your big challenge at this area is letting go and releasing control, right? Because us high performers, we like to hold. And to up level, we really got to clear some systems and processes. But here's what I want you to know. I want you to focus in on that time quadrant and that identity quadrant. At this level, you're delegating your time. You're doing only what moves the needle for your clients. And you're a leader. Not only in your business, but your family is seeing it too. The way you're showing up, the way you're in generosity, because you're no longer worried about the money, the bills. Can I? And you're now focused on I must, and we will, because the mission matters, right? The mission matters. Who could use some more time in their world to just do what you do great and let everything else go. Right? All right. So then what do we do past that? I want to see what your comments are because I can't see all the comments when I'm looking at that. The mission matters, right? The mission matters. The mission matters. And so as you get to that level, the mission rides to the top, which is really, really exciting. And then, of course, the last level, there's levels beyond it, but I wanted to cap it at 8 figures. This is legacy. This is the stuff you have been dreaming of when you put your head on the pillow at night. It's releasing time. It's like no longer are you delegating time. You're like literally releasing time and you're only doing things that put you on stages, that writing the book, being that go-to person. You have people working like you'll see in our company, our master certified neuro coaches who coach so incredibly. You're going to be blown away by them, right? Because why? They've gone through it. So that's what I love about the people that are in our certification that are teaching. I teach everything via video and I do lives, but they come in and they really they've been in your shoes. They've walked it. They've been certified. And then they went on with their master certification and they're teaching and now they're back in and they're literally giving away. It's a releasing of time. And the question is like, my team can scale this. I don't need to scale this anymore. We don't need to scale this anymore. My team's got it, which is really, really exciting. And the actions at this point is mentoring. If you're a coach, if you have the coach's personality type, you love mentoring. Like you love walking alongside people and seeing them become their very best, right? Very best. If that is like, oh, that lights me up so much is to be, and that's why we coach, by the way, is because we want to help get somebody results, help them see the results, help them get to that place. Well, this stage, you're mentoring your team and your team is mentoring your clients, which is really, really exciting. Your identity at this place is pretty rockin' entrepreneur, right? And the beliefs have gone to we must. It's a mission that has a life of its own. It's the law of acceleration with the mission. It's so exciting to get to this point. I want to ask you, what do you think gets in the way here? I've walked through each step of how the thinking, the knowledge, what you need to do. What do you think gets in the way of someone, not you, because you're going to get into the certification, but someone moving from first client to next client to starting to traction to growth to freedom to legacy? What do you think gets in the way? Because that's an important question to ask, because if the steps are there, and I'm going to grab this real quick. Some of you have seen me do this before. I'm going to make sure you can see it fine. But what's in the way is your box. So I'm going to pull this up for a second. And nobody here, promise me, nobody here is going to say that's a bad drawing. I did not get it. I have an artist grandmother who's gone to be with Jesus, but art is not my thing, but I'm going to do it for you because you need to see this. So this is your box. And in your box, that's you. You're so cute. Look at that. You're even happy in your box. You got a cute little hairdo. We'll give you long hair. Okay. And you're blue. But that's you in the box. Okay. Everybody, that's you in the box. Why are you in the box? Because this is your knowledge. This is what you know. This is your experience. These are the things you've done, right? These are things you've seen, you've experienced, you've seen them, you've done them, you've grown here. This is all you've learned. This is all inside the box. Avatar blue. Exactly. I love Avatar. So you see, everything, and what happens is we're trying to grow our coaching business by looking inside our box, looking at our knowledge, looking at our experience, things we've done, things we know, things we've seen, and the places we want to be are outside your box. They already exist. That's why I can break down for you the Coaches Millionaire Code, the thinking, the process, but that thinking and that identity in each of those levels are not yet in your box. And so we're taught to look within what we know in order to find the answer. And then when we don't find the answer, we get frustrated. And then we feel things like being stuck, discouraged, don't know, which are all patterns of the past because they're in your box. The thing that I really want to share with you right now, and I'm always looking at this, these are the big things that keep you from erasing this wall. And we'll talk about that in a second. But we call them the pips. A lot of us have the pips, right? Because how does perfectionism happen? We're looking out here outside of our wall and we're watching somebody do really well. And we're saying, well, I don't know how to do that because it's in your box. You don't have it in your box. So you're like, well, let me just keep trying. But you're trying inside the box. Or imposter syndrome. You look at this person, you don't have to answer this, but you say, I could never be that person. They're incredible. Or inside your box, you look out and you see the things that you want and you look to your box for the answers and you can't see the answers inside your box. So you procrastinate. Or you shift into scarcity. They have it, therefore I don't. These are at the core of what we get after in the matrix, because what is in your box is your belief. And your belief, as you learn through STEBDAR, will govern 90% of your decisions and actions, and therefore your results. So they're all rooted in subconscious story inside your box. Who's having an aha right now? Who's realizing why it's so important to get into the certification, to be able to get rid of these? So what we do when we're using the SINC NeuroCoach method is we do this. Hang on. We'll keep the cute little person with no body there. This is you again. Okay. We go in and we erase the walls. Those patterns of belief start to break down. For you and for your clients. You can see if the walls are up for your clients with broken coaching methods, how effective are you going to be at getting them to that result? Tell me in the chat. How effective are you going to be with broken coaching models with your clients, looking within their own experience and their patterns, by the way, which created from the past, and saying they can't find it because it's out here, right? So with STEBDAR, with the mind matrix, and with brain priming, we actually break down the walls of the box so that your brain can freely see what is already there for you to get to. So I want to talk about the box. I'm going to move this away because you've experienced the feelings of having the box without realizing it. And that's why being in the certification, getting the coaching, yes, and learning to coach so that you can take the walls down for your clients It is paramount. No sales method, no strategy, messaging, tactics, guru, this, that, and the other thing will ever outperform removing the walls of the box. So how do you get to 7 figures? 6 figures out of the 7. You got to flip that switch. We got to go from scarcity to abundance. We've got to break the walls down, right? We got to break down the walls because scarcity is in that box too. So we can't let money flow. We can't get to 7 figures with the box around us that says we are not worthy. Who just had an aha? Your client can't get their business to 7 figures if they have a belief they don't have the ability. We've got to break the walls down in the mind. We got to remove those patterns, right? How do you build abundance, right? And ditch scarcity. You harness the most powerful tool to identify the faulty scarcity beliefs. You remove scarcity with the mind matrix. And you build a pathway through brain priming to abundance. So now you're seeing how all of the methods that are being taught in the marketplace and using your experience is incredible. Now take your experience, combine it with being certified in the model, unstoppable, right? Because think about it, your clients have a box. Tell me in the chat, do you think your clients have a box getting in their way that you could flip their success switch and remove the walls of the box and ditch it? That's what we do inside the certification. Ditch the pips, ditch the box, and flip that success switch on. So powerful to know that you have a tool that will create this foundation of 100% transformation. Now, I just want you to walk with me through this thought. You get certified and you know how to do coach launch formula. So you're getting clients and you also know how to help your clients remove their boxes while you're removing yours. Remember, 1 or 2 steps ahead. And as you're doing this, you're getting a reputation in the marketplace. Oh my gosh, you got to go work with Kathy because I've worked with her for like 2 weeks and I just feel so differently and I'm getting results. You've got to go work with Nicole because she's like a ninja at this coaching thing. She uses this thing called the neurocoach model. And now I feel like I have control over money that I didn't have control. You got to go work with Jermaine. You got to go work with Elena, right? You got to go work with Mary and Amber. And so why do we need to do that is because that's how you get to be the most known coach in the marketplace. The results that you get, not the marketing that you do. See, we were sold that, but it's a lie. I love my friends that sell products and you know what? They're good. Once you have this foundation, then you can get once you've done and you've gotten to 7 figures, let me work on my marketing. Let me do a fancy funnel because you're bored at that point. And you're like, this is too easy. I think I want to spice it up a little bit. But without removing your client's box and removing your own, you're just going back to the well again and again and again, replacing clients, feeling frustrated, wondering why it doesn't work. And here's the thing, what happens if you don't remove that? Your clients won't. It'll be hard to sell your coaching. Your clients won't get that transformation and you'll struggle with worth, confidence, and authority. You are in demand. This is already there. Multiple clients, 10K months, 6 figures, 7 figures. It's already there, but it's outside the box. If you don't, your clients won't. Less people will be attracted and the business will stall out. And I know I've talked to a lot of you that have been coaching for a while, and this is exactly how you feel. And it's not your fault. You've been just doing what the industry has showed you. But the industry itself, the reason why when you get certified, you rise to the top and you really get seen and known in the marketplace is because our market is saturated with people selling things that do not deliver. And when you deliver, you get talked about. You get seen in the marketplace. So I have a question for you. What will your brain give you? When your vision is automated and you've ditched the box, you've ditched the brake pedal beliefs, and your success is inevitable. This right here, what will your brain give you when this is no longer constraining you? When you're able to take the walls down, see the possibility being inevitable. What becomes possible? I want to hear from every one of you. What becomes possible when you have your vision automated? When it's just inevitable that it's going to happen? Tell me in the chat. Do you take your kids to Disneyland every quarter? Do you build that house in Denver? Do you show up to your grandkids' houses? Are you in Hawaii? What are you do? Are you building a new house in the place you've always wanted to live? Are you being generous? Are you helping other ministries? Are you creating a nonprofit to help women in need? Are you, no barriers, bigger dreams, potential. And here's what I want to land on with this. You've been on this call, specifically Maui, I love it. You've been on this call for the last 3 days because this is your birthright. This is your birthright. And knowing how to access it is vital. We can't just pretend we don't know that there is a way that the brain creates transformation and not use it. Because then you go back to patterns of the past. And your vision, I believe, is your birthright. I believe it's exactly what you were put on this earth to do, right? And that's why I offered the SINC NeuroCoach certification. And so we're wrapping up our call today. I'll go through just a couple more things, reminding you of the main goals of the certification: growing your coaching business fast. Time is the most valuable commodity. It's not money. Because when you collapse time and you've created all that you wanted for 3-4 years and you do it in 6 months, now freedom happens. Yeah, money's part of it, but you get to truly live the life that you've been dreaming of behind your eyes for so many years, right? And then coaching the right way, which creates raving fans that know you in the marketplace for what you do because you get them results. So just to remind everybody, these are all the things: the certification, the access to the leadership coaching, coach launch formula right away. You get the 6-figure coaches business in a box. It's an entire program that I sold for $10,000 is included inside the certification. Incredible. The application calls, the Master Certified Neurocoach helping you sharpen your skills, the practicums, the exams, all the models, all the worksheets, all the manuals, all the exercises. Here's what I want you to know. You don't have to create anything in your coaching business. It's all created and you can use it. Lifetime access to updates in the certification. And if you haven't been able to tell, the most incredible community. Can we give it up for the coaches that have been in the chat and have just been loving up on you, because they want to see you get out of your box and get out of your way and start to see this get created. So go to beacertifiedcoach.com, get on the call. Like I said, if it's not for you, we will tell you. If it is for you, we will challenge you to get in the room and make your business happen. Make your business happen. I have loved being with you. A lot of you are getting on calls. I'm so excited for you. Listen, you've seen the code. I don't want to see you stuck at starting. I get it. Like, there's resistance. There's the desire to hesitate, because that's our brain trying to keep us stuck to the patterns of the past. So go to beacertifiedcoach.com and get a call scheduled and start to be in demand. The person that is in demand does things that accelerates things fast. They don't wait. They don't hesitate out of fear. And if fear is still running the show, if your brain is showing you money, time, all of these reasons why not, know that that's your brain giving you demonstration right now of showing you how to stay stuck. I don't want to see you stay there. I want to see you ditch the box. So go to beacertifiedcoach.com, get your time set up. I adore you. Thank you for being here for the past 3 days. We will send you some emails as well to help just kind of put a period on the end of this time. I'm just really, I don't want to let you go before I just tell you from the bottom of my heart, you were born for this. You were put on this planet to help people get results. And we just need to get the tools in your hand to make it go fast. All right. I love you guys, and I will see you in the community. Jump into beacertifiedcoach.com, get your time set up, and I cannot wait to see you inside the certification. Bye for now.